Bonjour, muchacho. This is my new favorite song. This is the milking song. Um, so this is what the deal was. I have a lot of psychiatric problems, like I said. In previous videos, I've been hospitalized quite a bit. I reached a point of desperation, and I started doing this thing called sustained equilibrium that I came up with, right? Well, the reason why I did it is there's a chair right there, and I used to sit there all day long telling myself the same thing. Struck at the root, struck at the root, struck at the root. I felt that I had been crippled at the very core of who I was, right? And this is what would happen. This is how I define the problem. Sitting down here. This is how I define the problem. I would be sitting here innocently minding my own business when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a thought would appear in my mind and sting me like an insect. And then the second I went to grab it, it was gone. Back into the bush. Okay? I remember when I was a kid, I was in the 8th grade. I had a English teacher and he assigned us a book called April Morning about the Revolutionary War, about the Battle of Concord and Lexington. The Battle of Concord and Lexington. I remember this book. I wasn't the brightest kid in the world. I was so dull that when the teacher called me to the front of the class, I had to stop first and ask for directions. I was so dumb I couldn't spell Bumpy in Braille. Nevertheless, I love books. I'd stick my nose in any book I could get a hold of. And I remember I was fascinated by this book. I ate it up. All the other kids in class were like, oh man, we got to read this book. I ate this book up. And the book was about this boy about my age who was handed a musket and told to go fight the British, right, at Lexington or whatever, right, or Concord. Well, I remember in the book, the author does a great job of setting up how the British Army, what they look like when they started out on the road. And they were all in their red uniforms and all, and they got their hats and their perfect regimented lines and everything, marching in unison. And then the the folks, the militia guys got after them from up in the woods, right? And they're raining volleys of musket shot down on them, right? And the difference between what the redcoats look like at the beginning of that march and what they look like at the end of that march after that guerrilla army of Massachusetts militiamen had been after them for about an hour, from running up, shooting at them, and then running away. Guerrilla tactics, man. Those British didn't expect that shit, right? Well, that's what I was dealing with. The way I looked after the end of a day of sitting in that chair for 13 hours, because I slept the other, sitting there I slept 13 hours, so however many hours that's left sitting there, okay, stung. I just got hit by a thought. It stung me. Reach for it. It's gone. Happens over and over and over and over and over and over again. So something had to be done about this. So, a few things occurred to me. But the thing that occurred to me beyond anything, any doubt, was something I call the meteorology of the mind. Okay? The mind has a meteorology just like outside there's a meteorology. Okay? There's a weather outside, there's a weather inside. Okay? Sedona gurus will tell you that all those funk gorgonzolas, all those nasty ass feelings that I have inside me all the time that don't go away, they can take them away. They say that. They can take those things away. It's horse fluff. It's horse fluff. The meteorology, it's equivalent to, a person has about as good a chance of changing the inner meteorology. And what I mean by inner meteorology is those funk gorgonzolas that I live with all the time on the inside. You know what I mean? The things we go around with all the time that nobody ever, ever, ever admits. Okay? Like, think about Thoreau. He said, most men live lives of quiet desperation. Well, no shit. Okay? I go around with pain inside me all the time. This is not some sob story, and it's not unique to me. Everybody has it. Okay? These funk gorgonzolas, these nasty ass rotten milk feelings from one moment to the next, are inner meteorology. It seems like it's always raining in there, isn't it? A drizzly rain indeed. I tell you this, I have about as much chance of changing my inner meteorology at this very moment as I do of going outside and telling those clouds that I can see up there to get lost. Same thing. Same result. Same stupidity. And yet those Sedona gurus will tell us over and over and over again, I'll take your meteor, I'll replace your bad feelings with bliss. I'll give you bliss. Okay? Is that why these people are so vicious? These blissed out dudes that I've met? These guys with the necklaces and the hats and all that, and these guys that want to sleep with the sheep and run with the wolves, So the question is, if it's not going anywhere, if the meteorology, if you're saying, okay, you're pointing out the obvious, so I feel like shit, so what? I feel like shit, so what? What are you going to do about it, right? Well, I tell you, and you say, well, there's nothing I can do to remove the meteorology. I'm saying absolutely correct. If you feel like shit right now, if you're out there and you feel like shit, I feel like shit too. And you know what? I see a lot of opportunity in my pain. And I'm not a masochist. I'm a realist. This isn't some samurai training. It's not. It means I feel like shit inside and there's nothing I can do about it. So that's where I start. There's nothing I can do about these feelings. I can't get rid of them. I've been trying to get rid of them all my life. I failed. I can't get rid of them. I have them. Instead of suffering passively, I'm going to use them actively. I'm not going to suffer passively another second of my life. That does not mean I will not feel pain. I will feel plenty of pain because I'm a human being. And human beings, whether we like it or not, we're here and we feel pain, a lot of it. No, I'm going to feel pain, but I'm going to do my best not to suffer, because there's a difference between feeling pain. There's a difference between pain and suffering. Notice legally, they say, like in these ads you see on TV for ambulance chasers, get for your pain and suffering, you get compensation for your pain and suffering. Notice pain and suffering is two different things. Related but different. Pain is good, clean sensation. Like if you take a cedar, like a block of cedar wood, right, and you split it open, that fresh cedar, that's pain. It's a fresh sensation. It's fresh. It's virgin. If you mix thought with pain, suddenly you have a fucked up mess. It's called suffering. Pain is unavoidable. Suffering is optional. So you say, well, how do I do that? Well, I tell you what. I've been at this enterprise down here trying to figure myself out and trying to get to the bottom of this fucked up existence for the last, I've been at it good and hard for 6-7 years. All the stuff I learned in 6-7 years trying to live in the present moment and figure out a way to do it systematically and how to live with mental illness the last 6-7 years, however long it's been, I got this knowledge that I accumulated, and I'm just going to talk about it. You know, because it's a shortcut. Yeah. I tell you what, staying in the present moment means being aware. And being aware means being aware of your awareness. You know, Jesus said, somebody came up to Jesus and said, hey, I'll follow you, but let me go bury my father. You know what Jesus said to him? He said, let the dead bury their dead. And you know what Gautama Buddha said? Those who are not aware are already as if they're dead. Like he said, like I said in the last video, a quote of Gautama Buddha, he said, all good things have awareness as their root. And awareness is being aware of your awareness. And being aware of your awareness, in my opinion, well, according to my deal, it's not some magic trick. Sustained equilibrium. The first 3 parts I'll talk about. These preliminary discussions are necessary. There might be a couple more, I don't know. But I'll take those parts separately and give them each their own episode. Thank you for your patience.